Hi everybody, today I'm making one pot sausage and sun-dried tomato pasta. I'll put the link below to this recipe. I'm not following it exactly because I don't want to use broccoli. I'm going to use red pepper instead. So right now I'm pan frying the sausages that I got from the grocery haul. I'll put the link up there. And I take them out and I'm going to chop them up. You pan fry them first until they're solid enough, and then you chop them up and put them back in. They're cut up. I just put some, when I pan fry my sausages, I always put a bit of water in the pan so that they don't stick, and I don't use as much oil because I find that the oil from the sausages comes out. You can see there's oil still in there. And now I'm going to cut up the sun-dried tomatoes, well, the dried dehydrated tomatoes I did. They're all now soft. All I did was cover them with some warm water, and I put them in the microwave for 2 minutes. Gotta save the juices for the sauce for the pasta. So one pot, but I have to take those sausages out to saute the other vegetables. So it's really a pot and a bowl. So I just diced up the sun-dried tomatoes. There's the onions sauteing with the garlic. And then there's the sliced peppers. Not sliced peppers. Sliced sausages. I'm going to throw in sliced peppers. The recipe calls for frozen broccoli, but my family's not a big person with broccoli with pasta. Just going to get that sauteed. I'm going to put a tiny bit of olive oil because that's just the water and the oil from the sausages. I'm just going to put some, oops, the bottle's a bit slippery. Some olive oil, about a tablespoon or so. And just get that cooked a little bit more. So sauteed some. I'm now going to put the sun-dried tomatoes in, and a little bit of the water that they were soaking in. And that calls for 2 cups of chicken broth. So I'm just using 2 cups of water. And then I'm going to use this powdered chicken broth mix. As you can see, I'm measuring it so accurately. Actually, I'm going to be probably putting more water because the bag of pasta that I want to use is, I want to use these egg noodles I got from the grocery haul up here. So, I put those in. So I'm going to need some more water to cover that up. Just grab some water. So that was about 4 cups more because I'm like doubling the pasta. So I'm going to put more chicken broth powder and stir that in. The recipe calls for using small pastas, but I know that the egg noodles don't take very long to cook. So basically think of this like a hamburger helper, but with sausages. And much healthier and tastier. I'm going to put a lid on that and let that come to boil. And the recipe calls for a pinch of red pepper flakes. These ones, this is a big huge bag I get from the Asian store. So I'm just going to use a pinch. It doesn't call for this, but I find basil, if I had fresh basil here, I would use it, but my basil's at my garden plot, so I'm going to use dried basil, because I know my family loves basil with tomatoes. So, stir that all in. And if there's still lots of liquid afterwards, I'll just simmer it a little bit more. I'll just dump the sausages in here and stir this up and let it simmer and have the juices marinate into the pasta and boil down. And there we have it. The recipe calls for Parmesan cheese. You could put to top it with Parmesan cheese or mozzarella cheese, but look, it made its own little sauce. It's quite yummy, so I definitely think that I'll put the link up here, actually down there for the recipe. And all I do was switch out peppers. I did 2 red peppers instead of the broccoli, and I used egg noodles, a big package of egg noodles, so 900 grams, no, it was 375 grams of egg noodles, and I think there was about 5 sausages, and the sauce is literally just the chicken broth. You can see it's quite thick. There's nothing else added. Then a little bit red pepper flakes to give it a little spice. If you don't like spice, don't use it. So, there we go. There's a frugal meal. The sausages, I had $2 off, so it was $2. The pasta was $1.89, or $1, depending on which one I used. The peppers maybe cost $1, and the sun-dried tomatoes I dried last year, and I paid a few dollars for a whole case, so let's say about 20 cents. So there you go. So if you like videos like this, please like, share, subscribe.